Hi, I'm Al Korelin. Thanks very much for joining me. You know, we have a number of very interesting people on our radio show, the Korelin Economics Report, and one of the most interesting guys who I've met in Vancouver, who's involved in the resource industry, one of the most interesting individuals who I have met, and unique, I have to say, individuals who I have met, is a gentleman by the name of Hugh Clarke. Hugh is involved with a company called Endeavour Silver. Endeavour Silver, interestingly enough, was one of our first clients way back when we started doing regulatory work for Brad Cook and his crew at that time. Brad and I are still very close friends, and I have been following Endeavour Silver almost since day one. A lot of our friends are shareholders of Endeavour Silver. Brad has developed a company that I think is probably one of the most respected silver companies out there, and his corporate communications individual, VP Corporate Communications, I'm assuming, Hugh Clarke. Nobody tells a story better than Hugh. Why should I buy more in Endeavour Silver?
Al, it's the great thing about Endeavour Silver, it's just such a simple story. You know, we're involved in the silver market. We've got terrific leverage to silver and gold. About 75% of our metal value is silver. The other 25% is gold. The other part of it is just simple growth. You know, last year we produced about 2.6 million ounces of silver. This year we'll do about 3.1 million ounces of silver. We're building out the capacity of the two operations in Mexico, and we should, hit 4.5 million ounces of silver, plus maybe 25,000 ounces of gold per year.
Yeah.
So it's really simple, and it's all about growth in production, growth in reserves and resources, and really critically for all the mining companies, not just Endeavour Silver, is that we were really successful last year in driving down our cash costs. In the fourth quarter, it was less than $5 an ounce. And as we continue to scale up production, we'll get those economies of scale, and we can look for further reductions in those cash costs. And that's so important.
Let's talk a little bit about the facility down in Mexico. Now, you've gone from exploration stage to production stage.
We made that leap real early in the game, and that Cook and our founder and Walton realized, you know, let's change the game here. The original plan was to look for exploration properties, but after looking at 50 different properties in 2003, they came across a fully built, fully permitted plant in northern Durango called Guanaceví that was running out of ore and running out of money. So they changed the whole picture. They thought, let's buy this, and then all we are limiting ourselves to is normal exploration risk, and let's fill this plant to capacity. And that's what we've done twice now.
Yeah.
And several other companies have followed that business model with some success too.
Well, you've been really, really successful. You know, it's interesting, whenever I get involved in a conversation about silver companies, whether we're talking exploration stage or production stage, Endeavour Silver always comes up. And it's, you know, you have gone to become, I would say, one of the giants in the industry, certainly in Mexico.
Well, giant's a little bit of a strong word. You know, we're certainly aspiring to...
I'm an enthusiastic guy. I'm sorry.
We're certainly aspiring to be a much bigger company.
Sure.
We're looking for other acquisitions. In the silver sector around the world, there's less than 20 companies that can call themselves primary silver producers.
That's true.
And you've got a half a dozen that produce more than 15 million ounces of silver a year, and that's companies like Pan American and Korelin, and then a cluster of companies that produce less than 5 million ounces a year. And what we want to do is break into that mid-tier sector, as do some of the other companies.
Sure.
And we're going to have to do that from internal growth and from additional acquisitions. And that's where we want to go.
What are plans, Hugh, for the remainder of 2010 in terms of the mine down in Mexico?
A bunch of things are going to happen in 2010. As I mentioned, we're going to continue to scale up production this year. Our growth rate will be at least 20%. We have 3 exploration properties as well, as well as the 2 producing mines. And all 5 of those properties this year will undergo extensive drilling. So everybody likes exploration success and new discoveries. So if we're any good and Mother Nature's any kind to us, you can look for perhaps some new high-grade discoveries as well this year.
We are going to be following Endeavour Silver on this particular show. Anytime the company comes out with announcements that are relevant, let's not use the word relevant, let's use important announcements, things that investors should be aware of. We will certainly announce it on the show. Hugh, great to see you. And it's always great to, chat with you about the resource industry.
Always good to talk to you, Al. Thanks very much.